Well guys, it's officially here. We're talking about the new Scotland map. Or are we even gonna try and pronounce this? How about this? Tor non-Sethan. Probably way off, but we'll go with that. It says, boasting an intoxicating blend of Highland stag, stalking, and lowland bird diving, the craggy coastal gem of Tor non-Sethan offers a truly special hunting experience. And this is our first look at the new map. Thanks to the wonderful developers of Avalanche Studios, we were fortunate enough to get early access so we can get our first look at the new Scotland map. And here we go. It looks very mountainous and lots of trees. Got a river there. Looks like maybe a lake or a pond there. A couple of good openings up on the tops of the hills. And yeah, we can certainly see for a long ways. Also, there seems to be a castle on the middle of this island. Grouse. Ooh. We're taking a look at our first grouse. Is that what I see? Yeah, a very unique castle. Kind of reminds me of like the medieval times when they rode around on horses and hunted for fox, wild boar, or whatever else they could find. Red deer, stag. All right, so to start out, we're gonna take a look at the map here and see what we're dealing with. Looks like in the beginning we have Braideside. Here's the river and it flows into a big lake. So it's not all rivers like I thought it was. It was just kind of one main river system in the middle, and all around the edges seems like very high landmarks. As you can see, these dark indicators here show that it's very highly elevated above sea level, which is probably down there. But either way, we definitely want to get this lookout tower unlocked. And also what I was saying is what we're looking at right here is a 12 gauge Cassiator pump shotgun. We are no longer gonna ever use this shotgun, like period. And that's because we have a new one that we're about to take a look at any second. But first, we gotta unlock this deal right here. There we go. New lookout point unlocked. New locations are now officially added to the map. So obviously that castle is going to be our first outpost, which is kind of incredible. There it is right there. We're going to put a mark on it. And I kind of wish we had a way to grab an ATV from here so we could just fly down there, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So let's just say we're gonna have to put our running shoes on and get hiking, because, well, it's not super far. 500 yards, I suppose. It's not terribly far. I mean, it could be worse. It could be 0.5 miles away. Then we'd be talking. That'd be a long ways away, and I wouldn't want to have to go over there to get there. Well, here we have our first look at our outposts, and also our first look at one of the coolest castles in the game. Look at the scaffolding, how they left it on the outside there. So that's mainly how they build these things, from the ground up. And they don't have ladders. So what they do is they build these things called scaffoldings. They put it on 4 posts, and then they kind of elevate the platform up. And as they go up, they build it higher and higher and higher. And before you know it, that thing will go all the way to the top. Until, of course, they can reach it from the top a lot more efficiently. But yeah, here we have our castle. Wow. I did not expect something like this, but it's surely a lot to take in. Welcome to Scotland. Look at that. Unbelievable. Oh, wow. We need a picture of that, because that is not something you see every day. And look at the size of that thing. So back in the medieval times, these doors would close tight, and then this, which would be kind of awesome if this actually did close, but they don't close, this would keep the enemies out from being able to enter. So these two massive wooden doors, which would probably take 2 full-size men just to be able to lift it, they close shut, and then you put basically like a big steel rebar behind it, or some kind of steel beam, and it sets on 2, I don't see it, but there's 2 angle bars that it should set on, and that also reinforces the door from opening. But anyways, Let's take a look at this castle from the inside. Wow. Look at it. Looks like they actually, this is kind of unique here. We were just talking about battle, and this is what we're talking about. This is from a battle wound here. So since they couldn't get in from the door, they decided to try and break in from the outside, and they did some pretty good damage. What they do is they shoot mortars at it from a long distance, and eventually they cause some damage. It's kind of like a small cannon, and it shoots sometimes up to like half a mile. You know, you're basically just shooting this round, solid ball, and what goes up must come down. So when it comes down, it's heavy, and gravity combined equals lots of damage, and it goes right through the rock. So it caused some pretty significant damage there. Looks like some more damage here up on the top. And then it says something here. What might it say? Oh, good luck reading that. Not reading it. Established 1621. Lornthan Sheen? Something. I don't know. It must be in remembrance of somebody. But let's take a look at this place here. That looks really realistic, and I think I have a blanket that almost matches that. Alright, let's see if we can go in. Here we go. We actually need to go in to unlock it. Looks like there's a little garden out in the back there. What used to be a dock. And then there's a view of kind of the enemy damage there from the back walls. You can see basically what they did to it. All right, we can go up. Sweet. We can legitly, oh no, we can't. Here's what I was talking about as far as having those angle beams, where basically you put a steel beam through. Right there you would put it through. Right here, all the way across. And that would then reinforce this door and prevent it from opening. But at least it wouldn't open very easily. So here should be, we were just talking about cannons. Look at, we legitimately have two cannon wheels right here, side by side. The only thing it's missing is the barrel. One on each side. I did say mortars, but mortars and cannons are very similar, and they, you know, both provide with the same result in the end. So let's take a look down here. Here's the garden. Really cool stone bridge down there. But yeah, so they would grow their food. As you can see, there's pumpkins all over here. And they would get their water from the well that they put in. Which, that'd be cool if you actually were able to activate this rope and then get some water. So then that would help you prevent from shaking as much. Anyways, we got some, what looks like raspberry bushes here. Tomatoes. Onions or radishes. Lettuce, and there appears to be a tree right here. I wonder what significance this tree holds. I don't know, but I feel like it's kind of special. Because why else did they put this concrete around it like this? And then there's a wheelbarrow that they used to get the concrete down here. There is the... Whoa. That's the trough, the eave trough system there. It's one large pipe that goes all the way up. And then all the way over and back down. They put a lot of work and thought into that. So when it rains, it catches the water on the top there so it doesn't fall down and hit people in the head. And then it drips down through here and out the bottom. Alright, here's another... Ooh, what is this? What? Oh, that's a light. Okay. Well, apparently they had solar-powered lights back then. They look a little modernized. But here's the front. There's the bridge that we crossed over to get here. Alright. We need to figure out how to get into the building, which probably has to do with this side over here. Alright, now this door is a very important door. Wow, you can hear how loud that is. Boom! 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 Stay out. Wow, that's cool. Holy, look at this. Look at this. We got double chandeliers as we come in here. And what they would do back in the day is when the enemies would come or some unwanted guests would show up, you would have someone like Robin Hood with a really good aim, and he would aim for the top of this chain here. It would end up hitting the chain, and the chain would fall onto the enemy, or potentially even sometimes dragons will come in as well. And when that happens, it helps capture them, and then they protect the princess essentially. Well, anyways, we got a white-tailed buck mounted there. Is this where we came from? No, it's not. Ooh, a nice fireplace. Holy royal material. Look at this. Look at these chairs. Wow, those things are a pretty penny, I bet. Oh, look at the statue. I've seen that. I think it's like the statue of David, but I don't think it is. There's another statue there. Look at the Roman lions. And so if you have brass actually, it corrodes. And what that means is it kind of gets like a mold on it. And so you can take like a brass polish and you can rub off this corrosion. So then it'll be all brass. It's actually really cool. I got a trumpet that I did the same thing with. Oh my god, a saber-toothed tiger head. Look at that, a saber-toothed tiger head. Are you kidding me? I still can't get over these chairs. That's really a lot to take in. It's Sebastian. Oh my god, it's Sebastian from The Little Mermaid. No, not Little Mermaid. From the Beauty and the Beast. Is that his name? Sebastian? He's the candle. No way. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I got it confused though. It's not Little Mermaid. It's Beauty and the Beast. Look at the wax candles. Fireplace. Really cool picture of what appears to be the outback. Nice bench to be able to sit down, and some more candles. Old school windows where they're all reinforced. And a couple of skull European mounts in here. Some good stags. Of course, we got the OG whitetail rack here, which I'm so glad that we have a couple of those left. And then we got to figure out how to get to some place where we can check out the new stuff that we got coming in. Oh, kitchen. Is that? I guess it's soap. Interesting. Nice little dish rack. Lots of big pots back then. Mainly they made big bowls of soups and whatnot. Whatever they could do large amounts of. Ooh, another cool window. Very, very cool window. That is what you call a true castle window. Wow. Actually, I want a picture of that. Don't ask me why. Whoa, look at the architect of this thing. I feel like you could get dizzy in here. I mean, look at this. Look at the swirl. All the way around, and then it arches here. Then comes back. And then down. This right here is my favorite part, where it goes up and then shoo. Alright, anyways. I'm getting dizzy. Let's go up higher. Another really cool chair. Another room. Whoa, this is where the king feasts. Look at the glasses. Lots of nice bottles of drinks. Another big OG whitetail. Ooh, I like these flags. Got the bear, deer antler, and fish. Big pheasant. More statues. And then, did I not tell you about the fox? Yep, I said they would hunt fox on horses. That's exactly what we have going on here. A really cool, majestic fox. Absolutely stunning. Look at the swords. Wow. These are battling swords. These are after they fought for a long time with their muskets and whatever weapons they had. They would use these in close quarters. And these usually were the finishing items that they used. Alright, so... Oh, there we go. It's not Scotland without a bagpipe. Look at that. Good old bagpipe. Not sure exactly why it's on some kind of a tripod stand, but oh, look at the chain. Whoa. We are going over there. Nope, I guess we're not. Get low, get low, get low. Nope, still can't make it. Better view of the chain though. I wonder if this was like some kind of a dungeon or something. Or did it hold this wall together somehow? Maybe it was like a sauna because there's 2 benches there, it seems. I honestly don't know. I'm gonna stop guessing on that because I can't quite figure that out. Anyways, let's get higher up. Let's get higher up. This place just keeps on going. My goodness. Is that a Digimon? It's a Yoshi. I'm not sure why there's some kind of Pokemon / Digimon Mario Bros. Oh my god, look at the pool table. Look at this. We've seen this before. If it ain't right, then it's wrong. Right fishing equipment. Get the right tools for the right job. Very cool. Another one of those enemy traps. So if the enemy gets too close and tries to play a fast one on you when you're playing 8-ball, you just aim for the top there and it falls down on their head and you got them. Ooh, another statue. 2 statues actually. No way. The fact that we actually have a pool table is kind of incredible. Imagine if we could sit here and shoot pool while we were in between hunting breaks, you know? So say we went out hunting for 3-4 hours. We wanted to come back for lunch and take a break, or maybe we already got our big buck and we're done for the day. We come over here and just, there's a nice shot on the 4-ball. Come back over here. There's a nice shot on the 7-ball, corner pocket. And then next thing you know, yeah. So anyways, we still need to figure out where to get to the main area of this place. Another one of those windowsills. This is actually a bar. Look at this. Nice bottles of drinks there. A really cool brass container for hors d'oeuvres to pass around. Another window with the glass. Ooh, I like that chair. That is a cool chair. Pool sticks. You can choose which one you want. 20 ounce, 17, 18, or 15. And we need to get higher up. I'm very much looking forward to this moment. Oh, I guess we can't go in there. Okay, that's good. As soon as we get somewhere where there may be some kind of, I guess we missed it somehow. Castle El Alien has been the ancestral home of Clan Rowan since 1621. He was a poet, and William Ron was made Viscount in the Tor non Season, and the castle was constructed shortly after. So in 1621, this poet met somebody and they designed this castle shortly after. It was known for fleeing the burning wreckage with family, animals, festivals. So as I was saying, they tried to bring it down, and I guess it was burned to ashes. But then they restored it. It says the central keep was burned to ashes during the Jacobi Rebellion and has since been restored by the Rome family. So basically, like I was saying, the enemies decided to try and get in. They burned it down and they restored it. The original family restored it. So that's why there's still parts of it that are all beat up. I think they wanted to leave it there for remembrance and kind of character. But yeah, here we are. Here we are. And talk about a heck of a view. Still couldn't exactly figure out. Can we even get up there? Oh! Oh! I don't think so. Hop! And oh! Nope. A little bit of a rip. Oh! Jump! Jump! Wait. No. Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so we can do one thing. We can get up a little tiny bit, but we can't get up very much. Like, I can get up on these barrels. So from the barrels, we can see a pretty good ways, but yeah, that's about it. All right, anyways, enough talk. Let's find something cool. All right. The moment of truth is gonna happen right now. And when we go into shotguns, oh, there it is. There it is. Unlocked by completing missions in the Nathanian Sethian hunting estate. Wait a second. But can I just buy it? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I don't really care about doing this mission. I just want to buy it. We bought it. But apparently you can do the mission and still get it. This is the first semi-automatic shotgun offered in 12 gauge caliber. It's known for its consistent and seamless shot after shot delivery. Its innovative gas operated system significantly reduces the recoil, offering precise follow-up shots even with fast moving targets. And you can have 3 rounds per your shotgun, which is pretty typical when you're duck or goose hunting. It would be cool if you could put some kind of extension in it and add some more when you're going out for turkey or whatnot, but anyways, now that we got our 12 gauge shotgun, we are gonna fully customize that thing. No more Cassiator. No more Cassiator. Ooh, even better. Oh, that is an expensive shotgun. It's gonna cost 4,500 cash to fully customize this thing. But that is unbelievable. Look at that. All right, we bought it. And now we're about to bust it out for the first time ever. Here we go. Throwing some birdshot. Watch this. Oh yeah! Look at the sight! Look at that sight! Oh my god. Wow. Huh. Look at that. See, it's so bright in here, so that's why it's all lit up. But if we were outside, we wouldn't have that effect. Oh, wow. Yeah. Long gone are the days that we can't take shots because the sight covers up the animal. Now we can just barely use the tip. And when we have it on that tip, you better watch out. Oh, I'm liking it. I can't believe it. I'm honestly still trying to get over the fact that we legitimately have a 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun in Call of the Wild. Yep, it's true. And we're also about to run out of shells. And that would not be good. So let's settle down a little bit here, shall we? Well, I think we're gonna speed it up a little bit here by grabbing the ATV so we can cover some more ground. And to start, we're gonna cross the old stone bridge. This is actually a pretty cool sign here. I mean, look at this view. The fact that we can see all the way down here across this. Is it just me or do I see something down there? Those are a bunch of random lights and stuff. It also appears to be another outpost, but I feel like that's way too close to have another outpost. But maybe not. Anyways, what I was saying is, look at how good you can see out here. There's ducks way out there, but I mean, imagine if the rendering changed to, I don't know, say 700 yards? That would be a bit of a game changer, I would think. And who knows? It could happen. Especially at the fact that a lot of these new maps now give you such more visibility from one particular location where you could take up to potentially a 1,000-yard shot. You know, there's plenty of places where you could see easily for 1,000 yards. For example, the other day when I was out hunting, in real life, the buck that I almost shot was 750 yards. I couldn't quite shoot that far, but if I practiced enough at that distance, then maybe I could have. I for surely tell you one thing, I could see him. A long ways away, I could see him. A long ways away, I could see him. I could have swore I just saw something. Oh, wild boar tracks. Wild boar tracks. That's a rock. Never mind. Well, there's for surely wild boar tracks here. And that is honestly the first sign of any kind of animal that we've seen. Oh, red deer. Okay, so the red deer, we could potentially use the 12 gauge slugs on him. Watch. If we go like this, then that would be good, because now we got red dot for a sight, and we got 12 gauge slugs. Run. So that means we definitely jumped him up. Most definitely. More track. Oh my god, there's a max weight track. I don't even care about the first one anymore. We're going after this one. Oh yeah, we are. I see something over there. Oh, huge fallow. Oh, never mind, never mind. Switch back, switch back, switch back. All right. We need slugs again, and we need our sight. He's 150 yards. That is a giant fallow. If we could get a shot, that'd be awesome. Where is he? There he is. Ah. Not ideal. He's angled too much. Oh my god, I think we drilled him. Look good. Yes, we did! He's going down! Let's freaking go! We just got a giant fallow with a single shot and the new 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun. Heck yes! Alright. And now, hopefully that woodcock didn't take off. Unless... I hear him. I hear the woodcock. That may be the woodcock. Yeah, it is. There goes the woodcock. Alright, well. We had to pass up the woodcock in order to get something even cooler, which is a huge fallow buck. And we drilled him at 150 yards with the wind blowing right towards him. Man, the odds were definitely not in our favor on that one. But yet somehow we pulled that off. And there he lays. Right there. Look at the size of the paddle on that thing. Holy. Yeah, we only took one shot. That's all we needed. Just because you got a semi-automatic doesn't mean that you need to use all 3 shells. You know, just because you have 3 shells doesn't mean you need to use all 3 shells. Well, here he lays. Well, let's take a look at this big old fallow. It's gonna be a 191 gold, and our shot was an incredible long shot at 141 yards, but a 191.9. Holy, that thing was massive. Well, there he is. And that's actually our first animal on the Scotland map. And it's also our first animal with the new 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun. Oh, wait, he was still there. Okay. Switch out, switch out, switch out. Oh, we got bird shot now. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Oh my God, take him, take him. Oh, yes, we got him. We got our first bird down with the new shotgun. It's a woodcock. He's laying right here. It's going to be at 30.18. And there we have our first look at the Eurasian woodcock. It was a 21-yard shot. It was only a female, but we absolutely drilled that thing right in the wing. Take a look at the beak on that. Oh my God. That looks incredible. Holy. Yeah, there's some woodcock around here, but you don't see too many. There's quite a few snipe and what's it called? Well, there's a lot of small ducks, but you don't see a lot of woodcock. That is a very unique bird right there. And we got our first one down. Boy, that 12 gauge really did a nice job on taking her down. Oh, I hear more. I hear more. Tracks. More fallow. Well, guess what? We already got the biggest fallow down. And another only one shot. That's all we needed to take that thing down. Oh, rooster pheasant. I'm all about that. I am all about that. It's a nice gold too. Nice gold potential. All right, what we're gonna do is test out the distance ability on this thing and get out of that brush. Oh, you're gonna hang tight in there, huh? All right, you can do that. You can certainly do that. Not the greatest idea, but if you want to try it, then go for it. Because we know right where you went. And so if we circle the right way. Then you are toast. Dusted him. All right, another one-shot drop shot with the new 12-gauge semi-automatic shotgun. And it's going to be a 16.13 gold, 35-yard shot flying directly away. 2 in the wing, 1 in the back leg, and that's all she wrote for him. A very nice gold rooster is down. Yeah, boy, with this new feature, I honestly don't think we'd be able to hunt as well as we are without having it. The fact that we can just highlight it and then choose what we need to while we're completely focused on the animal in front of us. And there we have our first look at the American mink right there. He's 100 yards out from us. Now, according to this, we have to use a rifle that is only qualifiable for this animal. And that would be, well, we don't have one. Whoa, look what we found, our first wild boar. Apparently there was a couple because one just spooked. Now, we could use the 12 gauge in the slugs. Of course, that would be ideal, but I don't really know if we want to have all these wild boar busting us. Although, it would be cool to take down one. And since it's only a female, it wouldn't really matter too much. We'll take the slugs. And we'll throw on... Actually, the sight's already on. So all we gotta do is boom. And there it is. Holy, are you serious right now? I mean, wow. The amount of kickback power this thing has is unbelievable. We were holding for the neck as I was walking, and I figured there's a chance we might get some lung, but not just straight drop them like that. I did not expect for that to happen. Holy. Let's pick them up. Neck and lung at 76 yards. That is some awesome penetration there. And that's actually a new look at the wild boar. Look at this. So this is a Tornashithan hunting estate wild boar, which they're all wild boar. And I think that this is going to be the new look for the wild boar. It almost looks a little bit like an anteater face, right? But then the body of more, kind of like a javelina mixed with a boar. But that nose is, it's really something. And maybe it's because it's a female. You can see the belly is more pronounced there. A lot more textures that we didn't see before. At least I didn't notice before. And yeah, a very strong featured nose. Shorter pointy ears. And broad shoulder on the front shoulder. At least looks like the back hind quarter on this side's a little bit lacking, but there we have our first look. And another awesome shot with a new 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun. I gotta try and remember how to pronounce this thing. Benelhog, the new 12 gauge Benelhog shotgun. We'll go with that. All right, so this is pretty cool because I found a track from a max weight wild boar, and I've been tracking him for quite a while, but I wasn't sure where it was heading to. And now we came upon this whole herd of wild boar right here. Although I'm not seeing the one that we're looking for, that doesn't mean that he's not out there somewhere. In fact, he could be like right here. Yeah, because I got his track right here. Max weight wild boar headed straight this direction. Oh, see, there's another one there. Those are the ones that we saw before. There's another one there. There. So that means one of these is going to be him. Most certainly. And we have a perfect wind as well on top of it. They're all getting up. This actually may be the perfect time to find our big one. 100 yards out. If we seen him, we could go for the shot. Oh my god, there he is! 150 yards. No way. No freaking way. You guys, I think we dropped him. But you would think you would have seen him running away. You would think, at least. Unless we shot through this rock and maybe it didn't make it there. Or something. Yeah, he was around here somewhere. Maybe he was behind a rock and we just didn't get him. We got him down to 0% health here. That may be him there. Yep. We found him. Alright. We just took down our biggest wild boar with a new 12 gauge. Semi-automatic shotgun, a 119.76. Our shot was a... Oh no! I told you our shot was gonna go high. Our shot went 1 inch too high. If we were down 1 inch, that would have been liver all day. We literally shot in the no zone. We shot behind the liver, above the intestine, above the liver, and below the spine, but in front of the stomach. That is a dead-centered shot with a 12 gauge in the slug. Yeah, if we would have been down 1 more inch, that thing would have came out right through the liver. But let's take a look at this giant wild boar. Look at the fur on that thing. Holy. I like how there's some weird texture here on the back hind leg. Just random chunks sticking up, you know? And then the ears. Big old tusks on that thing. Oh. You can't even really be upset about that shot. You really can't. Because most likely you're going to ricochet off the spine, hit spine, liver, and stomach at the same time. And that thing's not going to go far. I wish I would have had a second shot at him, but honestly, I couldn't even see him after that. Well, anyways, we got ourselves a huge hog down. And that thing is going straight to the trophy lodge. And that thing is going straight to the trophy lodge. What do we got flying here? What do we got flying? Rooster, rooster. Oh my god, we hit him. He's going down. We'll throw another one in him just to help bring him down quicker. He's still flying. I can't shoot him anymore or we'll lose percentage. Watch him, watch him, watch him. He's going down. Those were some far shots. We're talking 60 plus yards out there. And we connected on both of them. Holy, was that thing a long ways. Look at, you got blood right here. Really good blood. And then he kept going. We shot again. And he still kept going. Finally, he ended up soaring down way out here. And there he ends up. Right here. So hopefully he was at least big enough to be a gold. And nope, he's not. He wasn't even big enough. 53 yards, 75 yard shot to connect on that. 14.6. Not bad. All right, so I thought we'd finish it off strong here by taking a look at the new trophy lodge poses from the wild boar that we just got. This is the giant wild boar that we just shot. He is absolutely massive. And you can see he's kind of in the laying position there. Then we got the walking, trotting, jumping up. So that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are all super excited for the new Scotland map to come out on December 9th, 2025 on all platforms. It's going to be released that day. But anyways, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you could, give it a hype in the comments down below. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.